Mojave moon, you're peeking through the stars tonight. I'm begging you, come on and shine your light. My baby's leaving on the morning train. If we don't hurry, she won't be back again. Mojave moon, shine down on the Joshua trees. Send your moonbeams down on the desert breeze. Touch her heart and she might change her tune. Do it soon. Come to Mojave moon. She always said romance was exemplified. Our big old moon up there in the desert sky. Now she's singing a goodbye song. It's up to you to show her that she's wrong. Mojave moon, I've done all I know to do. From now on, it's all up to you. Touch her heart and she might change her tune. Do it soon. Come to Mojave moon. Adi-o-lo, adi-o-lo, dear. Adi-o-lo, adi-o-lo, dear. My baby's leaving on the morning train. If we don't hurry, she won't be back again. Mojave moon, shine down on those old Joshua trees. Send your moonbeams down on the desert breeze. If you touch her heart, then she might change her tune. Do it soon. Come to Mojave moon. I'm a-counting on you. Come to Mojave moon.
Side pass. See the rein? Now, leaning forward. Hind quarter, same situation. Front end across. Thank you. If you can see it, watch how often the spur actually contacts the skin. Sitting up for 1 second, opening the shoulder, dropping the left seat bone, right seat bone. There's that same block. Here it comes. This is why I'm glad you've got spurs. Here it comes. Left hind. Thank you so much. Understand that one leg can decide the whole thing, you guys. That's what horses do. All right. I relax, so it thinks it can leave. I say no. I relax, you stay. Period. I'm real adamant about setting the reins down whenever you can, because then when you pick them up, watch the ears. I had no horse all the way to there. Get it? So you don't teach a horse anything if both ears are pointing away. You got to get the horse's brain. Watch. Bump. Watch the ears. You learn that because a lot of times when you do the perfect half gainer, it's the last thing you saw. And remember, you kind of go between the ears. So now the novelty is on the mouthpiece. That's fine. We already had this on it yesterday, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to take this horse and I'm going to ride around and come back here. And what I do is I evaluate all four corners and I'm telling this horse, this is how I'm riding you. This is how I'm riding you right now. Relax. Because when I get back here and I ask you to do something, I'm going to rise to the occasion. A lot of mistakes people make is when they get on a horse, I won't mention any names, but they have anxiety right here when they get on. So now the horse goes, what is wrong? Nothing. Well, then why are you so bothered? And I don't care what percent it is. If you've got that in your heart, in your body, the horse is going to feel it. Okay, I just sit here like a reiner and I just go around the arena. So I'm totally relaxed and I don't ask a lot of the horse. That's why I walk the horses all around. I can also count cadence and feel the feet and how they're landing. So I'm not a threat to this horse because I'm not asking anything. That's how we start our rapport. I didn't ask it to spin when I got on it. And we're not going to talk about yesterday of being all bothered and it's okay today so far. We're not going to talk about that because that's a different thing. Yesterday was yesterday. Today is today. When I start asking this horse to do something, that's when it's going to fall apart. It's looking. That's what horses do. It's wondering. It's what horses do. Find out where their feet are. Don't worry about me. So, like all the horses you're going to watch me do all day long, a horse that isn't of a threat of flipping over backwards, this is how I start. Three positions for a horse to get him to bridle up. The nose is position 1. The third vertebrae is position 2. The withers is position 3. Now, when you're riding, it goes 1, 3, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3. That's how it works when you're teaching a horse something. English horses never have a day without contact. So after the third ride, or the surcingle, they learn to ball their tongue and push it against it. One of the reasons I invented the bit was it was actually for English horses, specifically dressage. That's great. Here's it, bridling, over-bridling. That's anxiety. It's starting to come up in the horse because, like she said, there goes his partner. How much do the horse's brain do I have? 0 to none. Okay, so what do you do about a situation like this? Well, you got a couple. They each own a horse. They like to ride. They presumably like each other. So they're going to be joined at the hip no matter what happens. Okay? Well, you do the best you can. Okay? You can turn right and ride off into the brush 100 feet and say, oh my God, I got away. But you're going to come back there. When you feed them, they're going to be on the exact same piece of property. Deal with it. Well, I mean, I wish I could tell you a really cool way to make them where they're not joined at the hip, but they are. But just understand the percentages. So one of the things you can do is get them busy. Watch that ear flick. See it, the brain keeps having to change its mind because I'm asking it to do things. Now that we've got this started, what's the best thing I can do for you? Show you something, do whatever you want. You paid big bucks for this.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't know what to do when he literally would not stop moving all day yesterday. And so turning him in a circle seemed to get him excited, backing him up seemed to get him even more excited. So
right.
How do you calm him down
in that situation? Okay, you got to understand, I'm not going to make him create it. Get it? I'm not going to make him go berserk. I could do it, but it's a sucker punch. But what I can explain to you, I will show you, hypothetically, what you're going to do. And I told you. Now, you guys are split reins, right? Just make sure you got your math on your reins right. If you're going to circle a horse, you can never be pulling on the outside rein. With an English rein, you just simply drop it down one side. With a Macate, a loop rein, you just drop it down one side. You don't even have to hold the right rein. You just grab the left rein. So with a horse, what I do is I've got my left rein here, and you can see my right rein. No matter how hard I pull, the right rein doesn't come tight. So don't try to do this with two hands. You got a little saddle horn, I think. Or no, you got a slick fork. Well, you can grab your night latch. In fact, I think your husband showed it to me.
Yeah.
Okay, now the length of his night latch is just enough to get your wrist broke. You don't want it. See how where mine is? My hand just fits under it. If you got it all the way out here, guess where your hand's going to go? Whack. That hurts. So that's not a good thing, that latch. All right, so now this horse is getting bothered. So I shut it down right here. And I bump, and I bump, and I bump, and I bump. If the front feet leave, you're not doing this correctly. I watch people go in circles, and that does not do one single thing for a horse. This is what does it. You're going. Now you reach back. Boom. Shut your horse down. Boom. Shut him down. Boom. I'm spurring the hindquarter over. Now here's the important part. Can you make it? Yesterday it would have lasted 1/2 of 1 second. The horse would have took off. So you just do it the other way. Short rein. Boom. Right foot back. Right foot back. Right foot back. And boom.
When do you let it go? When do you release the pressure?
When I think that he stepped on his own feet, or I can feel him start to slow down, or I think I've gone, you got to know that if you do this too long, they're going to do this with their front feet and they'll fall over. That's doing it a really long time. Well, I never do it that long. What I want to do is give him the chance to make it, because he gets it. In other words, this is not comfortable, I hate this, make the wrong thing difficult, or whatever you say. Bam, 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 boom. How about this? Can't make it? Let's go again the other way. Always alternate. Because you got a left brain and a right brain. Remember, I'll tell you one more time, you guys, this goes on all day long, because this is the point where Pat gets to one-on-one help the human that's standing there. It's her deal right now. I'm going to show you collection. Watch my rein. Here it comes. Horse is standing still, and I'm asking it to go into collection. They can't roll the cricket if it's being pulled on. See it? And watch it search. Okay. Now, if you have a whole lot of time on your hands, this is how you get it. If you don't have a whole lot of time, you don't want to waste time, you simply get the feet moving. Now you ask with the low hands, and the horse makes it. See it right there? That's collection. Here's what happens on dull, cold-jawed horses. Standing still and making them get into collection, it's not any good. Perpetual motion gets them in collection. You don't sit on a horse and bang on a snaffle bit to get them to bridle up. Get their feet moving. You're also teaching it to walk backwards off your seat. There. Now, watch. It's got to make intentional steps to be self-carriage. There's one. Remember the open hand in the halter work? Okay. Now watch my hands. Elbow, elbow, open, open. Elbow, elbow, open, open. Pretty soon, they stay open and the horse walks backwards. Pretty soon means 1 month, 1 week, 2 years. Who cares? Janice, you can relate to this. Yeah. Who knows how long it takes? But this, my friend, is where I want your horse to be. I'm as high as my seat bones will get me. Both legs are off. I've got a dish in my spine, and I'm leaning back. And remember, I just now said that because all you've been watching is my hands and the reins, which is fine. But if you don't do this other part, you're going to drag the front feet. Now bear in mind, performance horses aren't asked to disengage their hindquarter, English or Western. And in English, they're not asked to back up. So it's really hard to teach this. Lower. Thank you. If the horse over bridles, it'll be because I've pulled too hard and they get bothered. That's why I do everything so slow, you guys, because this horse isn't bothered. If I ripped his head off and made him run backwards, then I just shot myself in the foot. Now, I've done it in the exact same ground. There's a lot going on here. It's never taken more than 10 times to walk a horse backwards for them to get this, ever. And that's cold-jawed warm bloods. And it's simply because it's a go-to thing. When I relaxed my body, the horse said, okay, I don't have to back up anymore. Your goal is to get the horse to walk backwards without pulling. Now, watch. Excuse me. I just said it. Now, please walk backwards. Thank you so much. That, my friend, is how you need to ride this horse.
Come ride with me. It's time to saddle up right away. There's so much to see. Don't worry, I know the trails, I know the way. I called a gentle horse, his eyes are big and round. He's ready to carry you the whole world around. Come ride with me. Let's ride away. Come take a chance. I'll show you where the mountains touch the sky. It's a horseback dance, and we can ride forever if we try. A dream in the distance, there for you to chase.